really fight her.
Oh, big right hand! One punch!
Get ready for some serious power. Today we're looking at the most brutal female boxing knockouts, perfectly timed shots, and absolute domination inside the ring. And as always, before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's go.
Leaning forward, some crisp, accurate shot. Beautiful shot there.
Let's start with the fight between Claressa Shields and Nikki Adler. Fight is a strong word for this one, because it was a total beatdown from Claressa. She started tagging Nikki early and busted up her nose pretty quickly.
Wobbles Adler with a right hand. Adler, I told her she just wants to get through the first 3 rounds and take her into deep water. And again, 5-punch combination and another straight right hand. Winging right hand, misses, but a left hand rocks her. Back into the ropes and a right hand. Double left hand combination again, forces Adler back.
Adler's too slow to counter.
Straight right hand once again drove Adler into the ropes.
By the 5th round, Adler was basically a walking punching bag, and the ref was watching closely like, should I do the right thing and stop this, or let this savagery continue until she's completely out?
One more is all it'll take.
Left hook, spin the punch, left hook.
That's it, it's over. Well stopped.
In round 5, at this point, the referee, Michael Griffin, is looking for an excuse. It's funny, the times that Adler got hurt the most in this fight were.
Next up, Amanda Serrano versus Eva Voraberger. This one was fast and ruthless, with a stinging body shot finish from Amanda. Right from the get-go, she unleashed a storm of violence, and never gave Eva a chance to settle in.
Pounds there. Right away, this is what Serrano does. Forward, constant pressure. And down, is that a knockdown? It is!
3!
Just like that, the real deal strikes again!
Known for, she's an aggressive, come forward body puncher, and that's exactly what it was.
So the question now, Sergio, where does Serrano rank in your current pound-for-pound women in the world today?
So there's different things that I'm impressed by. Boxing style, aggression, ring generalship, timing, speed. I didn't get to...
Next up, Katie Taylor versus Monica Gentili. Monica came out aggressive, almost like she was the prison OG trying to teach the new girl a lesson. But Katie did a great job avoiding that early firefight and picking her stinging shots.
She won it really well, but sets extremely high standards. Again, more body shots side to side, coast especially in the States. But how she'd love a second knockout win, and she's really going for it, planting her feet.
Getting behind this. How long can Gentili take this? These shots look heavier. She looks like she's punching harder.
By the 5th round, Katie was completely in control of the fight. Her timing was locked in, her hands were loaded, and she met Monica in the middle of the ring to put the finishing touches on a boxing masterclass.
The family man, all of that. But David Hayes got his kid Cassius as well. You know, sometimes he's portrayed not quite as he is.
Through the gears here, Katie Taylor, and she doesn't have to. She's got this.
And this is a tough third opponent.
Oh, good shot from Katie Taylor. Gentili hurt there, leaning forward. Some crisp, accurate shots.
Oh, beautiful shot there with the left hand. It was the combination at the end. Tough lady from Italy. Been 10 rounds a couple of times. Can't cope with Katie Taylor.
There's the right hand there on the
left hook hurt Gentili, and it was the volley that she carried up, and Bob Williams having a look there, and there was one more shot, I think, and then that left hand, and then
that
the
right
roll.
hand was hurtful, followed by the left hook. Now this onslaught here, I mean, punches don't always land clean. Right uppercut there landed flush, right hook. I think the referee here is seeing off the head. You're up on your toes, you're looking for the counter punch. As a professional, you're looking at landing hard shots to do this.
Next, Wanda Ward versus Elizabeth Karen. Elizabeth didn't want any of that distance work with Wanda. Right away she tried to make the fight ugly, with a lot of clinching and stalling. But by the end of the first round, she suddenly decided it was time to bang. She completely flipped the switch and started brawling with the champ Wanda, and that ended very badly for her. On to the next one, Chris Cyborg vs Kelsey Wickstrom. Former UFC champ Chris Cyborg didn't waste any time in this one. She pressed the action right away and managed to land a kill shot by the second minute of the fight.
Oh my God, an overhand right directly on the temple. Wickstrom is down and out, falls flat on her face. Referee Ray Corona waves it off. Hand right on the forehead. Oh, she
one
wrote
shot.
flat down. Okay.
Hello,
Hand
hello.
right.
Hey, I just want to say congratulations, Chris Cyborg.
night.
At one time I was standing in line to get
and
your
Wickstrom
autograph, but now I
tried.
want.
Next up, Sandy Ryan vs Alexandra Vujovic. Sandy Ryan showed some really crisp body-to-head work in this fight. She confidently took the center of the ring, pressed her opponent back to the ropes, and unleashed some vicious combinations.
Will come their way.
Keep the distance as she did there, and then step away and find another opening, and this time at her corner. Ryan now with a chance to score an impressive win. Works away to the body, and this time Vujovic. Brilliant work from Sandy Ryan.
Next, Elif Turkhan vs Shauna Brown. Another super fast finish on our list. Shauna came out with one intent, to stand and bang in the center of the ring. But Elif wasn't intimidated by that challenge. She accepted it and ended up being the only one left standing after the first exchange.
Nothing but a war, does it? When you've got two fighters who come to fight.
Oh!
There you go, look.
Left hand there, she really loads up and plants. Oh! It's a huge left hook from Elif Turkhan and Shauna Brown. The referee's having a look and he's been waved off. And let's look at these huge shots. There was one that stunned her first.
She takes a step back there, Shauna Brown. There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, and then she just caught it.
Look at the rotation of the hips and the shoulders.
Let's move on to the fight between Josley, Arroyo and Ladies Martinez. Martinez decided the feeling out process wasn't for a savage like her, and she immediately put heavy pressure on Josley, trying to take her out early. But Josley stayed composed and slowly but surely started to outstrike Martinez.
Todo, la verdad. ¡Ay, la agarra Jocelyn muy bien abajo y arriba! ¡Ay!
La prendió con la derecha y también con la izquierda y después el ganchito que también entró a la región blanda. Le repite aquí la princesa Tapatía. Se derrumba apenas completando el primer minuto.
Rematándola con upper, debe de seguir así, no debe dejar que entre así como lo está haciendo 1-2, rematar de upper y rematar abajo como lo está haciendo.
By the second round, the difference in level was obvious. Josley kept landing clean punches until the ref had seen enough.
De castigar, Jocelyn Arroyo, parece que se va la lona la máquina.
Prender con el ataque del principio, supo defenderse y tomar ella el control.
Y aquí otra vez un buen impacto de mano de la izquierda, la pone en malas situaciones, pero es que se acaba la pelea. Se acaba la
de la pelea y por el resultado podría uno pensar que se trató de una pelea fácil, pero no, señores, el ataque de la panameña decidido, con todo, furibundo al comienzo de la pelea, puso en serios apuros a Jocelyn por un instante.
Último knockout, escucho Marco Barrera.
Y demostrando que está agarrando muchísima experiencia, porque no se achicó, todo lo contrario, cuando un peleador sale.
Next up, Ada Jędrzejczyk vs Helena Connard. This one turned into an all-out war. A classic puncher versus counter-striker battle. Connor pressed the action relentlessly, clearly willing to take a shot to land one of her own. Meanwhile, Ada relied more on her footwork, doing a solid job countering while moving backward.
Bardzo dynamicznie i bardzo mocno. Cały czas, jak to się mówi, tańcząc w defensywie, ale niebezpieczny teraz cios.
I na miękkich nogach poszła do narożnika.
Ojej, co tu się w tej chwili dzieje? Kilka mocnych ciosów, ale Belbijka mocno bije. Aż się zaczyna martwić o Adler.
Porusza się, no teraz jakby jest lepiej, nie idzie na wymianę.
Nie dawa się w bijatykę, bo to dziewczyna mocna jest. Ona tylko może w taki sposób.
No przetrzymała drugą rundę, ale proszę.
After 5 grueling rounds, Helen's aggressive, straightforward approach finally paid off. She caught Ada clean on the button and switched her lights out.
Bijatyki, pyk i do tyłu, tak jest. Ojej, nie może tak lecieć, przestawiać, bo Adrianna jest, jak to się mówi, zraniona, skaleczona jest. Och, mówiłem, że jest skaleczona, mówiłem, że jest zraniona. Koniec,
poddał ją
koniec.
Next, Jamie Mitchell vs Clark Skelly. Early on it was a competitive, technical matchup, but both fighters were throwing with serious intent.
22 pounds and up as of late. For most of her career,
And when she starts getting pushed back, she keeps her chin in the air.
I was going to say by J.D. Mitchell. When Kelly comes in, she is
In the third round, Jamie started tagging Skelly with heavy shots, and it wasn't long before one of them sealed the deal.
Taking advantage of openings.
Nice left hook there with the legs again. And this is it. This should be it.
Next up, Kylie Fulmer versus Jennifer Miranda. This one ended almost as quickly as it started, as Miranda dropped Kylie hard early on.
Jennifer Miranda with the knockdown. She's applying the pressure over Kylie Fulmer, and that'll end it. And as we take a look back at the knockout, what a shot for Jennifer Miranda.
Beautiful overhand right there, put Kylie right to the mat. She came out fast, stayed on top of her, and it was over before Vegas knew what happened.
An absolute gladiator battle was put on by Selena Barios and Aida Satibaldinova. From the opening bell, both women stood toe-to-toe, throwing heavy bombs.
Is that wise jawbreaker to go away from maybe what you're used to doing and try to... Oh, here's some big shots already. Maybe she's decided to forget all that. Big hook to the body.
And step away from your true self. Maybe it's not that good.
Another big straight right hand by Selena. Another big straight right hand. Left hook.
Look at
she keeps coming forward.
Come on, 10 seconds, ladies. Here we go. Final few seconds of the first round. Aida hanging in there, but Selena, well, let's face it, I mean, but you know, this girl's chased a dream. She took her life savings to come here. She didn't grow up with boxing like Selena did. As Selena once again landing big combinations early.
The fight came to a conclusion in the first round, and the ending was even more brutal for Aida than the battle that led up to it.
But as focused as Selena is, I don't know how she's going to do that.
Yeah, Selena continues to land combinations. Salty Baldenova still swinging, still hanging in.
But you never know what could happen. But
that's it. That's it. Oh my God! God, it's over. Big right hand.
Next up, Gabriela Fondora versus Celeste Alanis. The fight began at a measured pace, with the action building in the middle rounds. Gabriela, who had a clear reach advantage, worked effectively from the outside, while Celeste relied on her footwork and in-and-out movement to keep Gabriela honest. Still, Fondora was using her length almost perfectly.
Tocó la pera Fondora, pero dio un oportuno paso atrás. Sweet Poison, otra vez la combinación de Alanis. Inteligente trabajo de la bonaerense. Está con mucha más cautela que en sus anteriores peleas.
Y fíjense cómo la hace errar también a Fondora.
Donde el chino Maidana noqueó a Víctor Cayó cuando se llamaba Hard Rock Hotel. Hoy es Virgin. Cuando Fondora llegó bien con el gancho de izquierda y luego con la derecha. Comenzó a combinar Fondora, pero Alanis se prende en el cambio de golpes.
Y tiró una izquierda terrible Fondora que erró,
After 7 rounds of technical chess, Gabriela put the final nail in the coffin with a piercing straight left.
A eso me refería, ¿no? Con Fondora combinando.
Derecha de la Chucky, izquierda de Fondora y la combinación que manda al piso la Argentina. La zurda, la caída de la Chucky. Contrariada, no está sentida, pero es una incidencia importante. Otra vez a la lona la Chucky con una izquierda recta y esta vez fue dura.
Esta vez sí.
Se levantó más desconcentrada que sentida. Está conmovida y la paró el árbitro. Se acabó la pelea.
On to the next one. The knockout from Anna Wolfe in her fight against Wanda Ward is probably among the top 3 most brutal knockouts in women's boxing history. Just 2 minutes into the first round, she unleashed a thunderous right hand that completely obliterated Ward.
That Rodney Phillips that she's sticking the chin up. Nice combination by Wolfe, backing Wanda up.
Did not really fight her.
Oh, big right hand! One punch! That is it! Forget about the count. It is over. Let's just listen. By Ann Wolfe, setting up this punch right on the chin, and I've seen a lot of them. Oh, man, that hurts.
Let's move on to the fight between Cecilia Braekhus and Michaela Lauren. After a brief feeling out process, Cecilia began to showcase her sharp hands and high boxing IQ. Michaela, however, did a decent job early on, standing her ground and trying to match the pace. By the middle round, Cecilia started putting together some really impressive head-to-body combinations, and one of them ultimately proved to be the fight-ending sequence. Next up, Savannah Marshall vs Femke Hermans. This was another bout that began as a competitive battle but ended in a vicious knockout. In the first two rounds, both ladies pushed the pace and had their moments. However, in the third round, Savannah once again proved why she's considered one of the best in the sport, completely overwhelming and obliterating her opponent to secure dramatic stoppage.
Black, white and gold of Femke Hermans from Belgium, who's really...
She's just comfortable in wherever she throws, whether that's southpaw or orthodox.
Lost the balance of it, Femke Hermans. Oh, big six! Femke Hermans! And it is over!
You see when this one lands, it was the hook, and Sab's night to make a big statement, and that is a huge statement.
You see a roll underneath here now, and she both came back with the left hook, but you see here, both of them throwing left hooks at the same time, but Savannah beats her to it.
And you can see Sab.
Next, we turn to the fight between Dee Allen and Matilda Contreras. Dee Allen was clearly the sharper and faster boxer between the two. Matilda proved to be tough and able to absorb punishment, but that was about all she brought to the contest. Unsurprisingly, Dee secured the victory, finishing her opponent in the first round with precision and power. Next up, the fight between Shadisha Green and Elin Cederos. Let's be real, these two are not small ladies, and their punches carried serious power, which they put to full use. From the opening bell, they jumped into a fierce brawl. Both alpha females stood their ground, but heavy shots naturally led to heavy knockdowns, and Green delivered one in the third round.
Cederos trying to retreat back to the center. Green, maybe touching blood in the water, and under his right hand.
From that point on, Green began to systematically break down the resilient Elin, piece by piece, asserting her dominance in the fight, and finishing her in the first round.
You know, her ability to move, fight off that back foot, she obviously has power in that right hand.
That could be what separates these two when we're all said and done. Left hook by Green lands again. Trying to land the overhand right. Solid connection with the right hand first to the body, then to the... Cederos able to angle out, but on the way, back with the left hook. That's going to do it!
Then right back to the overhands, picking her punches so well. Perfectly timed. Pulling away with the right hand and the left hook.
Next, Seniesa Estrada vs Maria Santizio. Estrada was completely in control throughout the fight. Santizio tried to mount some offense, but she was immediately shut down by the more skilled Estrada.
No uppercuts on the inside.
Santizo looks a lot smaller. And look, and Sanisa fighting from that southpaw stance. You'll see her turn lefty and righty throughout this entire time. Very athletic fighter. Look at Estrada.
It came as no surprise when Estrada scored the first knockdown in the third round.
Sergio by Santizo. Oh, and Estrada caught her clean, and down she goes.
Although Maria survived that round, the fourth proved to be her last in the fight.
Which you'll see often, going lefty to righter. Oh my word! And they will wave it off. A straight left hand does the trick. This one. And it was a big left hook that was set up, big check left hook, but then she turned southpaw and landed that overhand left. That takes athleticism. That takes.
Next up, Yolanda Gonzalez versus Dee Hamaguchi. Yolanda began tagging Hamaguchi with sharp jabs from the opening seconds.
Right now, Hamaguchi having trouble getting underneath that jab. Had that with Gracie Joe as well. Weighed the same 108 pounds, gave up height and reach.
After a brief feeling out process in the first round, she turned up the heat in the second. Yolanda landed a thunderous shot on Hamaguchi's chin, sending her packing back home to play Tamagotchi.
Charles Murray and Tommy Parks in there. I mean, we're talking about world-class corner. It shows here. This is not a woman, even at the age of 37, who started. All of a sudden, she clearly trained in the gym.
All right, and Hamaguchi dropped at the end of the third round. She's on her back. Santarpia. Hamaguchi makes her way to the feet, and Santarpia is going to stop the fight. You see Hamaguchi down there. She's okay right now, talking to the doctor. Getting dropped.
Let's move on to the absolutely wild clash between Zulinia Munoz and Vanessa Taborta. From the opening second, both warriors stood their ground and started throwing heat. Munoz struck first, scoring an early knockdown that immediately set the tone. But this was no one-sided affair. The two continued trading heavy shots in a fierce back-and-forth battle, and soon enough, Taborta answered with a retaliation knockdown of her own.
Y ahí suelta la combinación, la mano izquierda. La Argentina también se muestra valiente. Y la manda la lona. ¿Sí? Ahora la negra manda la lona.
Then came the decisive fourth round. In the middle of the firestorm, a brutal, fight-ending knockdown sealed the deal.
Vuelve y se con todo. Soltó los golpes durísimo. Otra vez se traga otra izquierda. Y la
Next up, an absolutely wild finish in the fight between Ava Knight and Areli Musinho. Don't let the looks deceive you. These two savages came out swinging from the very first round, wasting no time and setting a furious pace. The exchanges were sharp, fast and full of bad intentions. Then in the second round, Ava put on a clinic. She demonstrated perfectly executed body shot technique, digging in with precision and power.
Después suelta a la derecha que se queda completita la guardia de la mexicana. Las dos marcan sobre la zona hepática, tirando un muy buen gancho al hígado. Cuidado la mano derecha de Adonic. Y dice el señor Salceda, se cayó, fue un resbalón. Parecía que coincidía con un golpe de derecha. Cuidado, cuidado. ¡Uy, la izquierda sólida! ¡Terrible! Cae desmadejada Areli. Areli se acabó, se acabó, se acabó, se acabó. Justo cuando decíamos esta.
On to the next one, Natasha Ragoina versus Pamela London. This one was a mismatch from start to finish. Ragoina kept it simple and clinical, using basic but effective footwork, a sharp jab and straight shots to completely overwhelm Pamela. Meanwhile, London kept marching forward, absorbing shot after shot, in an effort to close the distance.
Мы с Костей говорили, и он сказал, что на него произвела впечатление ударная мощь Рогозиной. Взяла маленькую паузу. Вот еще. Это я взял маленькую паузу, а не Рогозина. Рогозина продолжает работать. А может и нет. Ну, видели, да? Сколько? 3-4 удара, причем что... Да, ой-ой-ой-ой. А вот сейчас неосторожно немножко.
Sooner or later, the accumulation caught up, and in 8th round, Ragoina suddenly switched her lights out.
Но пытаться она будет до последнего. Опа! Опа! Удар справа Рогозиной.
Next up, Alicia Baumgartner vs Terry Harper. These two kept it sharp and technical from the start. It wasn't reckless, it was high-level aggression. Very quickly though, Alicia made one thing clear: she was the faster and more explosive fighter. Then in the fourth round, Alicia caught Terry with a deadly counter that froze her where she stood.
Harper at the end of his contest, but she walks onto her right hand and she stands virtually stock still in the centre of the dramatic finish to this